You know, in your world you are bombarded with information. So when you want to know more about your greater reality, more about their possibilities and probabilities to expand your consciousness, there are many conflicting information. And then you ask, how do I know what is true? Well, you know, everything is true, somehow. Our desire is that you understand who you really are as a perfect and eternal source of expression, as the structure for discernment. This is the most expanded truth you can imagine for yourself. If something requires you to be less than perfect and eternal expression of creation, that is not its greatest truth. If there is any must or should not, or you should do it this way or you will not get it right, that is not your highest truth. If something trying to coerce him based on the fear that you somehow is not worthy, that is not its greatest truth. For your more expanded truth is that there is nowhere to go. You will never be more perfect than it is right now. It is only to reveal this truth, this knowledge. And the only reason you do not know, because after his birth, you learn fear. You were created in a collective consciousness that believes that who you are is not worthy, that you are powerless, that love equals pain, your world is not safe. When you were 6, these beliefs have become rigid, and thus what you are creating now is just a recreation of this old story. Our desire is just that you love who you are in your knowledge of this larger reality. You step back into your power and choose love, joy and abundance of all the magnificence for yourself because you deserve it. You know you deserve, simply because you exist. And if you think about all the things you were taught, all the old clichés, if you do not fight for something, it is worth nothing, that money is hard to earn, the rich get richer and the poor each poorer. Well, you know this is true. Do you know why is it true? Because of the lack idea. The idea of grace brings an emotional reaction, and what is this answer? Oh, no money in the bank. How's this? Very fearful, I'll never find the perfect lover. Very awesome. Thus, the feeling which is connected to the belief lack corresponds to the frequency of failure. The more you are in fear of failure, the more you will attract to you the situations and people that will reinforce this truth missing. When you are in the knowledge that is Goddess or God surprisingly powerful and can really have anything you want simply because you exist, when you know that creates everything and that can have everything you want in this world, what feelings it brings? Joy, expansion, enthusiasm, fascination. So what do you think appeals to you? More of the same, huh? Now, you can say that the lack equals fear and plenty equals love, joy. And the feelings associated with being out are very constricting, as well as the feelings related to fear. Feelings are linked to the abundance, expansion, joy, etc. So, in a way, you can use the money as a determiner of what you believe and how you feel. If you are experiencing a lack of money, if you are out of cash flow, watch what you believe about it. Watch what you heard about this, from the time he was a child, and how this whole issue of lack of money is and has been emotional. Note the strange ideas you have really about money. Now think of what you are created. What is it? Energy. What comprises your entire universe? Energy. What is money? Energy. So what is the difference? None. What are you doing to stay out of this flow, this particular flow of energy? How this has to do? Belief and feeling. If you notice someone who grew up with a lot of money and it really makes a lot of money, and you say, indeed, it seems that he does not think much about it. Simply is. What does this mean? It means that this came out of the idea, and the belief here points to head, to see here points to heart. You know that the sun rises in the morning, even if it is covered by clouds. How do you know this? You know why this is the way it always has been. You do not believe. Belief refers to the mind. The belief is logical, rational. You know it, and guess what? Because you know it, the sun rises. But you are not separate from what you know, no matter what scientists tell you. The sun rises because you know he is born. And if you know it is, in fact, the eternal and perfect expression of Source, and if you know absolutely that deserves all the magnificence, simply because you exist, guess what? It's the truth, and your whole life will show you this truth. So we tell you again, Your life shows you what you believe. And if you do not like what you are creating, then change the belief. So, change the knowledge, because many creations of your life does not come from an intellectual belief, but from a knowledge of a supposed truth about himself and his world. Again, you cannot change it simply by thinking about it. However, when you take on an old idea, stop. When you catch yourself saying something that used to listen to your mother, your father, or your teacher say, the old clicky, stop and say out loud to show the universe that you are really convinced of this. This is not my truth, because I no longer have to fight for money, because I know that I exist in the absolute abundance of infinity field. You see?